Welcome back, my friends. Today we are discussing 3 supplements that could help you take your performance in the gym to the next level. Now, whenever we discuss supplements, obviously they are called supplements for a reason. They are supplemental products to your daily adequate nutrition level. They are not necessary in any way, shape, or form, but they could be products that could help take you that extra 5 to 10%, which once you get into the intermediate and advanced levels of training could be the difference between reaching your physique goals, reaching your strength goals, and staying kind of mediocre. So today we're going to discuss the 3 that have the most robust evidence base so that you can make an informed decision on whether or not they are supplements that you'd like to add in to your dietary practices. So caffeine may be the most widely known supplement on this list, right? It is everywhere. The coffee industry is booming. There's caffeine gum, there's caffeine everything. There's caffeine enemas probably. I don't know. Find out for yourself. Caffeine not only can help you wake up and go to work and trudge through your normal day, caffeine can also be an incredible aid to increased performance in the gym. A little science background for you. Caffeine works against the adenosine receptors in your brain. Adenosine is a compound that makes you feel sleepy and sluggish and tired. And so when you're going to bed, obviously we want our adenosine receptors to be firing, to be absorbing adenosine, and to putting us into a nice deep sleep. But that's not really the state you want to be in before you go for a max squat attempt. So caffeine can help remove some of those adenosine or actually work against adenosine receptors in the brain so that you're up, you're ready. It can fire in your central nervous system. You're good to go. Now, time and time again in the research, caffeine has been shown to have a robust response in alertness, in energy in the gym and outside of the gym, but it's important that you pay attention to your dosing practices. Some people on the smaller end of the body composition spectrum may have more of an anxiety response to caffeine, or you may just be intolerant to caffeine regardless of where you land on the body composition spectrum. Some experimentation is necessary here. If after 1 cup of coffee you're bouncing off the walls and you feel like everything's closing in on you and the government's tracking you down, you may have an anxious response to caffeine, and it may not be the best supplement to put in before you go into the gym and have a lot of heavy weight on your back. So it's important to be realistic with yourself about how much caffeine you should be intaking, or if you should be intaking caffeine at all. The IOC has released a consensus statement on caffeine supplementation, and I will link that down below, but they recommend 3 to 6 milligrams per kilogram of body weight of caffeine pre-workout, taken about 30 to 60 minutes before your session. I am a user of caffeine. I really love it. I feel like it gives me that extra boost, not only in the morning when I wake up, but also pre-workout. Now, some of my dosing is a little bit higher than maybe your dosing will be, but I'm gonna give you a little bit of my protocol. In the morning, I'll have 1 cup of coffee, about 10 ounces, estimated to be around 120 milligrams of caffeine. Then pre-workout, so for me that's about 11 a.m. to 12 p.m., I'll have 300 milligrams of caffeine taken in my chosen pre-workout supplement. After that, I'm done with caffeine for the rest of the day because I'm very concerned about my sleep. So I do not want to have any caffeine towards the end of the day because I feel like that will interrupt my sleeping patterns, and then a vicious cycle of over caffeine dependence will continue. This is incredibly individual. If you can tolerate more caffeine towards the end of the day, by God, take as much caffeine as you want to. Be intelligent with your dosing. Understand how your body responds. It is very individual when we're talking about supplementation, especially of caffeine. Moving on to a supplement that I think has gained in popularity in the past 10 to 15 years, and that's creatine. People in my gym are coming up to me and talking about creatine. They're asking me if it's a steroid. They're asking me about all these things. If you want to know more about creatine as a steroid, you can click right here and check a video I did on it here in the past. Spoiler alert, it's not. It is one of the most studied and evidence-supported supplements that we have right now. Creatine in your muscles can help with short-term bursts of energy in isometric strength and in concentric strength. So you can see why creatine would be a must-have for a lot of bodybuilders and strength athletes. In terms of dosing, 3 to 5 grams a day, not really a huge need for a loading period of 20 to 25 grams a day. Just stick with your 3 to 5 grams a day, let your muscles get saturated with creatine, and start reaping the benefits. Probably the most important and beneficial thing about creatine is there really aren't any known bodily side effects. There were discussions about hair loss, kidney failure, but the evidence does not bear these things out. It seems that up to 4 years, which is the longest study they have done, there have been no ill effects of creatine supplementation. And with more and more research, people are finding more and more benefits of this supplement. It's something that I have been taking for the past 3 years. I highly recommend it. It's one that I can feel guilt-free recommending to the majority of my clients in the gym. And I think that creatine, out of all of these supplements that we discuss, should be something that you highly consider adding into your supplement regimen. Last, but certainly not least, we move on to beta-alanine. Now, Alpha Gym Bros, don't leave yet just because beta is in the name of it. It is an excellent supplement that can help you a ton in the gym. Put your science hats back on, folks, because we're going into the mechanism of action of beta-alanine. Beta-alanine is converted to carnosine in the muscle, which acts as a buffer against lactic acid production in the muscle. You know the feeling of the burn, the intensity in the muscle during a high rep set, or if it's very difficult, that feeling of uncomfortableness and burn in your muscle? Beta-alanine helps to push that back. So maybe you were getting the burn at around 12 reps. Now you're gonna get the burn at around 15 reps. So you can push into more effective rep zones with a given weight. You can see how this would be incredibly beneficial, especially for hypertrophy training. So that's why a lot of people have started supplementing with beta-alanine. Beta-alanine seems to be very individual as to whether or not an individual can tolerate it and whether or not they're going to get a robust response from supplementing with it. So I think it's something that you need to experiment with and find out if it's something that really impacts your performance in the gym. And if not, get rid of it. Stop paying money for something that's not going to be helping you, right? It's not a necessity. Beta-alanine is very similar to creatine in that a daily supplementation is going to be more effective than taking it just on your training days, which I think was a myth that kind of got propagated because it was included in a lot of pre-workouts. People were only taking it pre-workout, but it helps to supplement daily to build up the stores of beta-alanine within your body so that you can utilize the compound when it's needed. The last thing I'll say about beta-alanine is the infamous itchy butthole syndrome that happens to some people when they supplement with beta-alanine, yours truly included. I cannot use this supplement because it feels like ants are crawling under my skin when I am supplementing with beta-alanine. It is a very common problem. I talk to a lot of people that suffer from this same type of itchy, uncomfortable feeling when they're supplementing with beta-alanine. If it's causing you discomfort or it is not giving you a boost that you're looking for, get it out of your regimen and move on with your life. It is not necessary. There are a world of other supplements that we did not cover today, but I think that these three are the most robust, evidence-based supplements so far on the market. Other supplements may not have the most robust of an evidence base, but if you're the type of person that experiments on the word of your favorite bodybuilder, then more power to you. Go ahead and try some stuff as long as it's legal and you're above the age of 18. I'm not your dad. Do what you want to do. For me, I like a solid evidence base. I like to know that 1, I'm not wasting money on a product that's really not going to help me, and 2, I'm not going to have any adverse health effects from taking these supplements. That's just my 2 cents. You do what you want to do. Thank you so much for watching. As we talked about, supplements are just a small piece of a giant dietary puzzle. So if you want to learn more about dietary habits, you can click on this video right here and look into a day of eating for me and how I structure my nutrition to get the best performance in the gym. Folks, I will be seeing you very soon with another video. Until then, get strong and stay strong. Peace.